Hello, and welcome to Lesson 6. You've learned about the intensity of falling in love and the familiarity the past imposes. So, let's get started. Hearts will never be practical until they can be made unbreakable, said the wizard in one of my all time favorite films, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. The end of a relationship can reap consequences greater than feeling negatively for a time. When it comes to romantic breakups, it is hardly unusual to feel sadness, anger, and or shame. But such disillusions can also lead to insomnia, poor immune functioning, broken heart syndrome, depression, and even suicide. Though the heart may not be practical, we have to ask the question, are there practical strategies people can use to recover from a breakup? This question was the focus of a recent study conducted by Sandra Langsling and Michelle Sanchez of the University of Missouri at St. Louis. They reasoned that because ending feelings of love for an ex-partner can make breaking up so devastating, it may be helpful to try to diminish the intensity of those feelings. In other words, they recommend falling out of love. The researchers drew from the previous work on love regulation, which refers to the use of behavioral or cognitive strategies to change the intensity of current feelings of a romantic love. They zeroed in on 3 widely known emotion regulation strategies that could help someone decrease feelings of love for an ex-partner and feel less distressed over a breakup. Number 1, negative reprisal of the ex-partner, reminding yourself of the negative qualities about your ex. Now, I have to admit, that's one that I leaned in quite a bit. See, as I've already shared, my ex-husband and I had a very turbulent relationship, but I did love him. And to keep from being pulled back in over and over again to something that was clearly not working, I had to really focus on my negative thoughts or the negative qualities that I saw and that I had experienced over the years. That helped me to recover and to keep the distance between us. Number 2, reappraisal of love feelings. Telling yourself that it is normal and okay to still love your ex-partner and accept your feelings free of judgment. Number 3, distraction. Engaging in activities like watching a movie or playing games to distract yourself from a breakup. And I could offer you this one that I tried. I had never heard of a griefcation before, and as I've already stated, any ending will give you the same experience of losing someone to death or breaking up or just saying goodbye. That experience of grief. So yeah, go to a movie, go to a party, or better yet, give yourself a griefcation. Somewhere far away and tropical is what I recommend. See, I remember struggling to move on from my past relationship and receiving similar advice to help me separate my feelings that were tied to living most of my adult life with this individual. I wanted things to be amicable. I wanted things to be amicable. I wanted him to be okay with me moving on. I wanted the good parts of what we had without the bad. It was excruciating. And what it finally came down to was more of the problem. I was escaping the problem. And yet, I wanted his approval, even in breaking up. Realizing this and being convinced that he knew I wanted this but was unwilling to give it to me gave me the anger I needed to finally push away and stay away. I labeled him a jerk and held that thought for as long as my heart needed to mend. You have the strength to walk away from what is unhealthy, and you have the strength to stay away. I want you to know that it's okay to choose yourself. I know that we live in a culture that tells you that compromise is the way, that you should always prefer others as an act of kindness. But think about the word compromise for a moment. Anything that's compromised, we typically don't want it. If we look in the refrigerator at what we cooked or prepared last week, it's been compromised. We call it spoiled, and we take it out and we throw it in the trash. It's okay to choose yourself. I look forward to seeing your reflections on this lesson when you post in our Facebook group, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.